sense. Once modernity, that's us, rendered God useless by way of science poetry, sex became the next most viable means for personal redemption. Once my VHS tapes made the pursuit of sex unnecessary, people could divert the sex impulse into art. Once critics discovered they could utilize art as their own handjob instructional VHS tapes, creation became little more than dying serenely like a blind three-legged dog with ejaculate-matted fur. Not to mention the inevitable invention of the jetpack, which will someday pretty undeniably formalize the death of adventure. Isn't the fear of dying like a matted dog why people undertook adventures before God? I suppose you could look at it that way, said Humpy. Humpy was becoming exhausted. He found himself dreaming of the time he had dreamed of a different life for himself. He was so far from that point now, he could hardly believe it had existed. It was difficult to even flesh out the dream of being someone who had dreams. His was a dream of a feedback loop of attempted rituals now. He had never been able to relate to anything resembling collective urgency, the urgency to celebrate, to accomplish, to recognize. He had, in fact, traveled extensively, though he could probably tell you less about where he'd been than someone who had read a book about said